This is part 4 of the defence closing arguments in the Diddy trial. And at the end of my last video, attorney Akomi asked the judge to give curative instructions to the jury regarding 3 issues in Agnifilio's closing argument. She said Agnifilio improperly asked the jury to consider why the prosecutors charged a particular racketeering predicate and stated the Intercontinental video showed a misdemeanor assault. She also said he improperly suggested that Diddy was charged with crimes like arson and kidnapping when they're actually included as predicates of the racketeering count. The judge told the jury it would be improper for you to consider such matters in your deliberations and you should disregard those comments. He also told the jury that he would be the one instructing them on the law in this case. As the defence attorney resumed his closing argument, he stated the intimacy between Diddy and Mia was consensual. He argued that Diddy and his associates were not involved in dealing substances. He said there's no doubt he had personal use substances. He obviously has a substance problem. He argued that freak-offs are part of the swingers lifestyle and not trafficking. He said the evidence was overwhelming, that Cassie wanted to participate in the freak-offs, but he gave the jurors a hypothetical situation in which one partner liked a particular intimate act and the second partner didn't but knew the act made the first partner happy. He used the Intercontinental footage to argue that Diddy was coming after Cassie to get a cell phone. He also said Cassie later went back into the room with Diddy and the security officer because the room was not a scary place. The defence also suggested that something was off with the substances Diddy took before the hotel incident. He told the jury that Diddy did not grape Cassie, as Cassie alleged on the stand. He pointed out that Diddy is not charged with grape, so the jury doesn't have to consider it, but said, "I can't let you think there was a grape." Let's get into this part of the closing argument in more detail. Judge, before the break it was suggested you should consider why this was charged. That is not proper. I will be instructing you on the law, Mr. Agnifilo. Now we'll talk about Mia. She loved working for Mr. Combs. This was not forced labour. Remember the birthday video we showed up? She was bubbly, popping. That's the real her. You are free to conclude she put on an act here. If Mr. Combs felt it was improper, he would not threaten to tell Cassie it was consensual. When Mia says it was not consensual, she is not telling the truth. There was no unwanted intimate conduct. Mia's feelings were not platonic. Mr. Steele questioned her about these wonderful pictures and slogans. Effusive, not just a job. This is demonstrative. You can't take it into the jury room. Consider the scrapbook she made. I'm going to read it to you. Happy 45th birthday, Puff. This is from 1991 to 1999. I hope it stirs up nostalgic feelings. How great you've become. She loved you. You can't fake that. That's real. Don't leave sight of that. It's not just business. He gives people a home. Look at this picture. Think of a word that comes to mind. Joy. There's KK, D-Rock, Fahim, photo of staff. He created a remarkably special place. He moved people in their hearts and souls. When Mia is told she'd been fired, that she's going to leave the special place, Mia, my life is over. KK, OMG, WTF, Mia, that's not funny. Racketeering, co-conspirator, KK writes, Mia, answer your phone or I'm going to call your parents. The last thing she wanted to do was leave and it's forced labour. Let's turn to substance distribution. The US said personal use is a distraction. Brendan Paul said these are personal use substances. He said he forgot to take the C out of my bag. He said I got the best lawyer in the world and my charges were dismissed. That's what he said. Sean Combs was not selling substances. Cassie said he was a substance addict. How was he supposed to get them? Grow his own eggs? Did he have substances? Yes. They found it in his house. Was he using his enterprise to distribute substances? No. You're going to have to think through this. Didn't Mia go to work for Madonna? That's how people use personal assistants. I don't expect we're going to see Beyonce in CVS. The assistants buy Astroglide. It's not what the company is doing. This is not a racketeering act. I'm going to RICO. There's no evidence of possession with intent to distribute substances. David James said he's in Saint-Tropez. He's asked to get an 8-ball of C. I asked him anything to do with Sean Combs. He said no, he kept it from him. Why would he hide it? It's people in creative fields doing what people in creative fields do. It's not racketeering. I'm going to talk about Cassie. Can you traffic your girlfriend? Maybe if you push them into P, but he's not making money from it. Jane has some texts that are very anti-hotel night. Cassie, she doesn't. People are in love. People are being intimate. Let's say your partner wants to do something and you don't. Where does that land? Cassie wanted this, including to be close. It's like my wife is from Los Angeles. I hated LA. Now I love Los Angeles. Sorry, that's how it happens. Cassie, she's a beautiful, sexy person. She was with Michael B. Jordan, like the most handsome man in the world. She is not messing around. Cassie's not clutching her pearls. This is how I am intimate with the man I love. You could come to love that. You want to be close. Yesterday they said some she might have wanted. Oh, they said can, Daniel Phillips, and Intercontinental. If she likes 75, can number 76 be trafficking? Talk about going 0 to 60. Nothing said to him. She doesn't want to even do these again. Mr. Donaldson cross-examined Daniel Phillip. Let's look at the text. Sean asks, are you horny? She says yes, talks about fantasies. That is their lifestyle. She writes, I'm not going to do too many of these. My mother would. She writes, my pee is so hot. They are going through this together. I'm going to play part of the video. In this intercontinental video, it's more likely than not it is Combs' phone. Here she is. I'm not going to show you him throwing her down. You've seen it. I'm not hiding it from you. Now there is a phone. And here now, well-known man sitting in his towel and socks. Looks like Cassie is saying, you're being a fool. Go back to the room. Look at it. It looks to me like she says, go back to the effing room. There's nothing scary in the room then. 5 days later, he texts, I'm so sorry. She replies, LOL, I was just listening to sorry. They are obviously getting over it. Cassie writes to Sean, how do I know if the substances are going to be bad or you'll drink too much? This is about the hotel. Cassie told you sometimes she hit him first. They are in this together, okay? She says there was a grape. It did not happen. It's not charged. She was asked and said he raped me, but there wasn't a lot of lead up. Maybe it didn't happen. Cassie wrote to Combs, Cassie is with her current husband. Something happened. She wrote, I told myself I didn't want anything to happen, but I'm not tripping on it. I know you aren't either. She gets a FaceTime. Boogie, a bat phone, is her husband. Combs wrote, you act like a broken-hearted angel. You need to stop living your lie. Cassie says, I don't know who that was. I was saying thank you for last night and I enjoyed it. The oldest trick. I don't know how Alex found out, but she says, grape. There is no evidence of a grape. She had consensual intimacy with him after. I have to defend this. It is in the case, but it is not charged. Cassie was asked, what kind of pain did Sean put you through? She spoke about his own personal pain, his shame. It's beautiful. She said he felt pain, and most painful to me was carrying around his shame. Jane says almost the same thing. I felt my partner was trusting me in a very vulnerable moment. I wanted to go along if I can be my partner's escape. Jane says, I'm getting vulnerable with you in the hotel rooms. I don't want to see young Miami on a bigger yacht with you. That's not S-trafficking. If you get deep into this deep self, this is not S-trafficking. It's people in love being real. They're currently on a lunch break, but as always, let me know what you think in the comments below and stay tuned for the next part.